Hey everybody, before we start the show, we have some cool announcement. We have one cool announcement to make, which is it's August 1st. So people are asking, are we having a meetup? Are we having a Giz Wiz meetup? And what's the answer?
And we are. We are having it Sunday, September 29th. I moved it back a little so we can have it in the backyard at Disneyland. And we can write notes on Chad's paper and dissolve it in water.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
The gadget yet.
Which, if that means nothing to you, watch the rest of the show.
Watch the rest of the show. Please
Chad's
RSVP, though. I will be there.
They're coming in person. Chad's coming in person. And where should they RSVP, Chad?
To the email address mail@gizwiz.tv. So just send an email to us saying, I want to be at the Giz Wiz meetup. And how many people. It's pretty informal. Just let us know how many people are coming and if we should expect you. It'd be wonderful to have you.
Perfect.
With that, let's jump into the rest of the show. It's time for the Giz Wiz with Matt's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1738, recorded Thursday, August 1st, 2019. Spy versus Spy paper. On this episode of the Giz Wiz, we have our last gadget from the holiday showcase. We have a way for you to cook your buns and your frankfurters all at the same time. And we have a new crappy corner. All next on the Giz Wiz!
It's the same dumb show with Dickie D and OMG Chad on your PC. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
And here he is, our contractor of gadgets, Dick DeBartolo. How you doing, Dickie D?
I'm doing good, and you, sir?
Pretty good. We had some technical difficulties before the start of the show, but this has been a fine week, fine time, so can't complain. Yeah, how about you?
Let's see, several more events. I went to Sweet, the big toy thing.
Oh, yes.
I'll have stuff on that. I went to another, it's called Gifts from Mom and Dad, and I was going to skip it because it said, you'll find things like candles, sweaters, ladies' bags.
That's almost as bad as Bluetooth phone devices.
Yes, you're right. And I said to Dennis, I'm not going to go to this. And Dennis said, where is it? I said, it's at the Harvard Club. He goes, the Harvard Club? Oh, you have to go just to see what the place looks like. So, I did go, and it was very funny. And because the invitation said, "Be sure to come hungry," and it should have said, "Because you'll leave hungry." Because I thought so. I Googled the Harvard Club, and it's beautiful inside. Wood and leather chairs and.
Right.
So our event was in, just a little conference room, and the come hungry was someone walking around with little mini Franks on pigs in a blanket, basically.
Hors d'oeuvres,
and
like
then
itty-bitty hors d'oeuvres.
Yes, and someone said, is the iced tea the only drink? And the guy said, no, there's also coffee. And I said, no bar?
There's also tap water, if you want
There's
that.
also tap water. Exactly. But the funny thing is, I found 3 very interesting gadgets. So I have enough to do a whole show from that. So that was good.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
Yeah.
I think Dallas's equivalent of the Harvard Club is the Petroleum Club. Which is a real thing.
You know what? I bet it is.
Yeah. So, interesting. And I just assume it's just fancy and posh all over.
It was, yes. The place we were was, just it could have been the Hilton or the Holiday Inn. But I had went with Steve Greenberg, who does gadgets on the Today Show. And I said, Steve, when we leave, let's go through the halls. There's got to be one of those rooms. And we found one with the chandeliers the leather chairs. And then we found a beautiful restaurant. They let us take a picture in the lounge, but the guy in the restaurant, even though they were just setting up, he said, no photos here. So anyway, it's fun.
Darn it. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's about it from me. I guess let's jump into some gadgets.
Okay, very good. So we went to the holiday showcase, and there was one gadget left over, which is kind of interesting, and this is it.
Now, we've seen something like this before,
Whoa.
but this one, Sarah's going to tell us why this is different than the others.
Hi there, I'm Sarah from Hotmaker. So the keyboard we have is the wireless manual typewriter keyboard. Each individual key is its own mechanism. It's called the cherry key. A cherry key. So each one is an individual machine. So it really replicates the feeling of writing on an actual typewriter. The other thing that's interesting about this is you can have it hooked up to 4 different devices. You can have it hooked up to a laptop, a tablet, a cell phone, all at the same time, and toggle in between them. You can write emails, all of these little pieces on the side that look like they're maybe just...
Does that do something to the carriage return?
It does. It's not just a toy or an accessory. It scrolls down. So it's basically like pressing the enter key 2 times. The enter, you can text on it, you press enter and it sends, and it still has all of the same functionality like autocorrect, just like writing on your phone.
Okay, so here we have a tablet, a phone, and what else did you say you can hook it up to?
You can hook it up straight to your laptop computer, so it has a USB.
It's Bluetooth.
It's Bluetooth, but there's also a USB connector.
Oh, either way.
You can go either way. But, you get the same feeling, this kind of old-fashioned feeling of writing on a typewriter, but you can still edit on your screen just like you would in the modern days.
And what's the retail price?
The retail price on this is $299. So a lot of that price comes from the mechanism that is included in each key.
Okay, our audience is very tech savvy, so they're into cherry keyboards. Is it out now?
It will come out in a couple of weeks, so you guys actually are getting a preview before it hits the catalog.
I think that's great.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the noise in the background, we were in that room. I don't know what it was in that room, but
It was a cursed
3 of
room.
the cursed room.
Yeah.
Exactly. Someone in the chat room mentioned that the QWERTY writer, and this looks exactly like that. I think I sent you a link to it. The QWERTY writer is $270.
Got it.
But it's entirely possible that Hammock, theirs is $299. It's also possible that Hammock will have asked for them to add something else to it.
Right.
But that's basically what it does look like. And it does say you could. I always thought Bluetooth could only be to 2 gadgets,
Huh.
but both Hammock and this company says 3 Bluetooth gadgets plus Bluetooth, so that it can be hooked up to 4 devices at the same time.
It looks super fancy, obviously.
It is super fancy. Yeah.
I guess I wonder, like, how good would it feel to type on it? Like, how great would it be using those cherry switches?
And the old-fashioned keys.
Yeah, like I almost feel like the old-fashioned keys would almost detract from it. It's like just having a really nice keyboard that could work with that has all the dedicated buttons for home and back and whatnot with a Apple or Android device. That I almost feel like the style of it could get in the way of it just being a really
That's
great,
interesting.
I have no idea. But I also am quickly looking for a keyboard that has the cherry switches that would work with a mobile device, and I don't really see one right off the bat. The typewriter, the QWERTY writer is popping up when I search, which makes me feel like there aren't that many. So just having that is...
It may be that they contacted the QWERTY writer and said, make a special one for us, or they're just rebranding it, one or the other.
Right.
But yeah, I when I searched too, I couldn't find it.
Yeah. Nice. I like that a lot.
So if you're interested in that kind of thing, there is one now.
There you
There's
go.
There's an old-fashioned keyboard with the latest technology.
Hope you have $170 to throw at it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so it is warm in this here in the city, and I thought, let me think of an outdoor thing that we can shoot in the backyard, and I found this gadget.
Nostalgia, retro, pop-up hot dog toaster. Delicious hot dogs every time. So it not only does your hot dogs, it theoretically does the buns. Oh my gosh.
And it was so hot out, we brought it inside.
Look at that. I love that red. All right, so here's the deal. You put, put a Frank in each one of those, and then you open a roll, Frankfurter roll, in each one of these, and then I guess you set it for a time, and this stops it.
And that's actually
Oscar
Dennis
Mayer
playing the
turkey
piano
franks.
in the background.
We bought Arnold's potato hot dog buns, and okay. So,
Really
what?
curious to
They're
see
not they're not too fat. Okay.
how well
So
it would cook.
one hot dog, two hot
meat.
dogs, and now we just need 2 rolls.
Because I feel like the buns, it's like, sure, it's a
the rolls are
toaster.
nice and
No big deal.
fresh.
But
Yes.
really cooking the meat.
Oh, are
that's,
they not cut? Oh, they are.
Oh, they are. I've never seen
right.
a hot dog bun not cut before. That would have been a shock.
I think there's going to be a disaster, to tell you the truth. Okay. Disaster chef.
First look,
Okay,
disaster.
And up, bum, bum. All right. I actually opened that roll the wrong way. And it goes 1 to 5 for doneness. We'll do, what do you think, 3? We'll do 3
right in the
for
middle.
doneness.
A little bit extra.
Okay,
Whoa,
now
that goes way further down.
so we can speed this up if it's an endless process. We have no idea how long it takes. Yeah. Oh, well, that's ridiculous.
Is it too fast?
First of all,
No,
Oh, it
the
also doesn't
rolls are
pop
stuck
up.
and it won't let it
didn't
come back
all
up.
the way
Oops.
This is hot. All right, so it didn't come all the way up. Oh my God, the rolls are burned on. Let's give it another cycle. We're gonna have a guessing game. We have a guest here, Lindy, and Dennis is shooting. So, Dennis, what do you think this appliance costs?
How much, Chad?
Oh gosh.
Amazon.
$35.
$35.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'd say like
Lindy, your
39.
guess? $20.
That's how much it's
Okay.
worth.
The price is $20.
Oh, good.
Okay, it was like $19 and something.
Okay, that takes some sting out
That
of it.
includes the Franks and the rolls.
No, it doesn't include the Franks and the rolls. The Franks and the rolls. We're in New York City. The Franks and the rolls probably came to more than the toaster.
Oh,
Yeah.
what was
What? It
that?
sounds like
That was $60.
Oh,
It sounds like.
See some smoke.
It sounds like fire. You know what? This is really awful. All right, so the rolls are burned on the edges, and
Quite crispy.
this one is stuck in the toaster. Oh my! Ladies and gentlemen, this is a
And just think
Really
of all the convenience.
crappy.
You didn't have to.
This is like Chad's crappy corner. I'm gonna try and get the basket out.
You know, you didn't have to cook up the stove.
And that's what the Franks look like. I don't know if they're cooked or not. All right, we're gonna stop right there. I would not buy this. Okay.
Okay, so
what
we
else needs
made
to be said? So
right. We made another set. Actually, it's not bad. This is the problem. You can't use the kind of rolls we used potato rolls that are very rough on the edges. So if you get like Wonder Bread rolls that are like perfectly flat, I think they'll toast better. And it did indeed after pushing it down a second time. So it took like I'd say 3 to 4 minutes to cook the Franks.
and they were cooked. It wasn't cold in the middle.
No.
Okay, that's
And the rolls were okay because even though they were burned on the edges, it took a lot of the moisture out of the rolls. They were potato rolls. And so the rolls were a little bit on the toasty side. And when you weigh in the fact that now it's dropped to $17,
Yeah, it's cheaper now.
I think kids would like this a lot.
I think its biggest issue is the fact that it is like a monotasker and a half. Like,
No, absolutely.
it won't do anything else.
But that.
But that.
And also, I'm not quite sure why, knowing that people never read instructions and do things that are not smart, why they give you metal tongs to pull stuff out of the toaster. Of course, it says make sure the toast is off when you stick these in the toaster. But I don't think that was a good idea. They should have had a little plastic on the end where you hold them. And if that's not enough, for $30, you can buy one that does 4.
Feed the whole family.
And
yeah.
but you're right. It's a device that does one thing. You know, kids might like this because kids probably wouldn't mind hot dogs 5 to 7 days a week.
Yeah.
The
this
thing
looks
is
exactly like
oh
yours.
yes, that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I can see if you are the saddest looking hot dog who uses Kraft singles.
I know. The funny thing is, this is this person's photos, and they gave it 5 stars.
They love it. They love it.
They love it, even though.
Okay. I mean, I could see.
Oh, I guess it seems to do the rolls that way, no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a picky eater, I could really see this being great. You know, if you're someone who eats hot dogs a ton and like more than twice a week, have a big kitchen, and you have a big kitchen, and have a device that is easy to clean. It does its thing. You don't have to pull out a skillet or anything like that, or boil water, depending on how you cook your hot dogs. I could see it working. You know, inexpensive if you do it a lot. I don't eat hot dogs enough for this to.
Yeah. No, actually, Dennis and I eat hot dogs like 3 times a year, and we just roll them in a paper towel and nuke them for a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're done.
Exactly.
And you're done.
Or maybe when people are over, I start up the grill outside. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do that. Marsworm may have just found another.
Yeah,
this is interesting. This is a different concept. It looks a lot better than the other one. It toasts the buns at the bottom and then rolls
this
them
looks
at the
better.
top. It's the same price as the other one that does 4. Yeah, this one looks. Now you don't get to open the buns. This is basically a bun warmer, not really a toaster.
Bun warmer. Okay.
And they can't even fit more than 3.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
This photo. This is like a miniature
that's
version.
Funny. That's funny. One of them has 4 buns in it, and the other picture has 3 buns in it.
Yeah.
This
looks like if you wanted to start a mini gas station, this is what you would buy.
There you go. The other, the Nostalgia brand that cooks for Frank's is $29.99. So this one is $10 more. Yeah. But it does look more like what you'd find in a Quickie Mart.
Right, exactly.
Where they have them running 24/7.
Yeah.
And you don't want to eat them either.
No. Yeah. I don't think I've ever partaken in those hot dogs.
Me either. So anyway, if you like Frankfurters, you got
at every price.
Options.
Yeah, any option you want. There you go. Very cool. Like it.
Okay, so since it was so hot out and we cooked the Frankfurters indoors, I did an outdoor gadget, and this is it.
Here we go.
All right, so it's 98 in New York City right now. Okay, humidity is 1 billion. We grilled some Frankfurters, and we didn't bother using a grill. We just laid them on the railroad track here, and they were done in 2 minutes. All right, so the cooling towel, it says to soak it in cold water. Okay, so it doesn't matter if the water gets all the water's actually nice and cold. And then wring it out. Okay, you can't see the instructions there, but that's okay. So wring it out
really hope that this has
so cool.
cooling technology
Actually, the
built
towel
in.
feels very cool. Actually, wow. The thing is, what's this going to feel like in 10 minutes? That's what we're going to find
Room
out.
temperature.
We're going to walk to the boat, and when I get to the boat, I'll tell you if I still feel so cool. So we walked about 4.5 blocks. There's still a little bit of moisture in here. I can still feel a little cooling on my neck. I tell you, for $5, I would say it's worth it, even if it's psychological. And it's very funny. There is no one in the park. It's Sunday, and the restaurant, there are 4 tables with people. Normally, you can't, it is difficult to walk through the restaurant. And this was the day there was supposed to be the triathlon that got canceled because of the heat. It's 98 and the real feel is 108. So $5, I do it. I did it. Bye.
That is so, and I bet also that would be great for like mopping up sweat if it was still hot.
Oh, yeah.
You know, get that. You just
Yeah,
have a towel on you.
It's not a bad idea. And the funny thing is, I also like in the description, it says, can also be used as a yoga towel. Now, or a gym towel. And I always think of a gym towel as something you would bring to the gym and lay on the ground and on the floor and do yoga on it. Well, you have to be real small because the towel is 31.5 inches by 11.
Have you never done that completely vertical downward dog? I don't, we're only taking up about a foot of space.
Yeah, if you were really tight and thin, you could do downward dog on one of these towels. But they are cheap. They're $9.99. You get 2 of them in pink, or for some reason, pink and purple are the 2 colors.
I guess they had a demographic they were going for.
Yeah, it's very funny because in one of the photos, it shows that it's available in a ton of... Yeah. So evidently, Too Cool Sports is down to just these last 2 colors, I guess.
They accidentally added a 0 to pink and purple, and they have a whole bunch of those. Yeah, that's nice.
But not a bad idea.
I
it's
do
just
wonder,
evaporative cooling.
Is like, what if you just used a normal towel? Like, does this technology somehow? Is it like, was it Gore-Tex or something that? There's something special about this type of cloth.
That's interesting. I don't know. I did get out my old, I forgot what the hat was called, with the weave technology. You fill the hat with water.
Oh, yeah.
And that makes your head feel cool. And the towel does. I mean, it's just the water evaporating makes you feel cooler.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. I could imagine putting just a plain old towel on your back of your neck. It'd get body temperature, if not hotter, pretty quick.
Yeah,
so
and also I think it would run down. It wouldn't. I think the fabric that they use tends to hold water longer than a regular towel would.
Right. So you bought that for $5 a towel. What would you say to $8, $4?
Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
Towel?
Oh my! Yeah, but the problem is, I looked and it said delivery by December 3rd.
Right. I was gonna make that joke, but if
you were,
the actual is you'd get it by Christmas. There you go.
Yeah, okay, right. And boy, what a cool! I put that on and I went out in the snow and I felt so.
It was
cool.
so chilly. It was great. It was worked wonderful.
Amazing.
Love it.
All right, so we are up to the part that everybody wonders what is going to be the theme for August for Chads.
Man, after
try to find the theme.
Gotta find the theme. 1 second. There we go.
You know you don't need it, but you might want it at Chad's Crappy Corner. Get it?
This is like.
I should point out, Bleak said he got something from AliExpress in 11 days.
Nice.
I do think there's an option sometimes where you can pay more
to have it shipped
because
from
I've
the
seen
US
it, and it says if you want it shipped from the U.S. warehouse, you can pay extra and get it faster.
This does say estimated delivery on September 4th for those towels specifically. So it would only take a month and 3 days for it to arrive. So
As the temperature slowly drops.
yes, exactly. So we asked the patrons. Remember last episode? I think it was Buddy Yates sent in saying,
Oh, yes, you should add secrets.
sketchy gadgets, like
Yes,
like dubious
Spy.
uses and
Yeah.
things like that. So
Like government gadgets.
government gadgets, yeah, things that also like that might have like almost looks like weird in one way, but is used for another thing, that sort of stuff. But government, sketchy, spy, all that sort of stuff. So that was on our poll. I kept on game room gadgets, digital gadgets, and branded gadgets, and you guys voted very hard towards one of those. I think everybody liked this gadget idea. So 81% of the vote voted for sketchy gadgets. So so that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing this week. So
Unfortunately, Dennis voted for that. He thought it was sketch pads and crayons.
well, you're in luck.
Sketchy. Yeah, it's true. Oh, really?
Because we got spy paper.
Oh.
Spy paper. So yes, you can sketch on this. You can draw on this, and it has some special properties for this paper. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a whole bunch of different types of pens. So we got all sorts of stuff. I have a pencil, but I forgot to sharpen it, so we'll throw that out. But the idea behind spy paper is that you could use this paper to write down your secrets, your passwords, your I don't know, evil things. So I'm just gonna type down my password right here. Okay, so nobody can know that this is my PIN number from a credit card. And then when you're done with it, tear it off, hand it to someone. Once they memorize it, then all they need,
They can eat it?
they can eat it. Actually, I don't know if you can eat it, but it does say on the packaging, all you need is just a little bit of moisture and the paper will fall apart and dissolve. So it'll be completely useless to trying to figure out what that thing is.
I should be doing my taxes on this.
Exactly. Okay, so let's see. Definitely don't use this as toilet paper. That'd be bad. We'll throw this in here. And look, it kind of folded in on itself.
Oh, it did fold in.
Okay, let's try to. Oh my! Oh, it is a gel.
Oh.
I can't grab it.
Oh, but the numbers are floating. The numbers are floating. You stick your finger in and you pick up each number.
Somehow the Sharpie kept that one
That is so
and
funny.
two together. Wait a second. This is not very spy. Let me try something new. It does bleed through a bit. You can see there's a few dots from the red over there. So let's try something a little bit more readable.
Okay.
Okay, I wrote Giz Wiz here.
Okay.
In real big letters. And then let's drop it in the water. Okay. And then we'll stir it around.
Oh, it's so funny. The W finally broke up. Okay.
Yeah. It is interesting. The Sharpie seems to keep it together. Where
Yeah.
The basic paper is just pulp, immediate pulp. But you can kind of see that the Sharpie's keeping it together. Well, let's try a different type of pen device. So I'll just use, this is just a normal pen. What should we do? Let's do the, well, first off, I gotta get a pen that works. That one does not work.
That's the best kind of spy thing of all.
This is invisible ink. Okay. Okay. This is my quick rendition of the Giz Wiz
okay.
logo.
Yep. All right.
Okay. Here, we'll throw this one in a glass of water
Okay.
instead and see if that's any different. And we'll cut to a different camera here. See how it works. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it works. It dissolves pretty effectively. It's pretty cool.
If you didn't have an electric car, I would say that you were using battery acid, but
Yeah, right? I mean, that looks pretty neat. So I guess if you wrote some nefarious information and you needed to get rid of it real fast, you could do that. Let's see if it works with saliva. Not really. I don't really want to go much further than that. I don't really, really want paper pulp all up in my mouth. But let's see. I mean, it dissolves pretty quickly.
It does dissolve pretty good.
Yeah, there it goes.
Wow.
It's pretty neat. I think it's an interesting little gadget. It's definitely fun to play with. But I'm not really sure. That Sharpie thing is very interesting. Let's do one more test with the Sharpie. We'll use black Sharpie instead of red Sharpie. And this time I'm gonna try to make a kind of a square, since it seems to hold the paper together. And let's see if we can get that square to stay together.
To float.
Yeah. It does stick together
It does.
more.
Isn't that a riot?
But it will disappear if you just kind of agitate it. But anyway, that's pretty interesting. Interesting stuff. So that is our first sort of spy gadget. So how much would you spend? You get 32 pieces of paper. This is a 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 size. So very, very small. Keep in your pocket. It does seem to work well enough. Like I accidentally wetted my finger and put it on there, and it held together, so it doesn't immediately dissolve. So if you have this in your pocket and you're sweating a little bit,
where did you buy? If you bought it at a spy store, I'd say $12.95. If you bought it on Amazon, I'd say $5.
Okay, well, close. Amazon is actually, oops, I've lost my link. $10, $10-ish dollars.
Oh,
but it does not have Prime, so it's $9.50.
Oh, okay.
And that is the size that I have.
Oh, and it's from a spy store.
Right.
From
and
CCS.
I went locally because I didn't know the results of the poll, and I went to a spy store, and it cost me $9.99. So it's actually pretty competitive pricing. I have seen a few other of these out there, and there's some that are like $15. There's some expensive ones out there. So do your searching whenever you look at Amazon, because just looking at some of these, $11. Oh, this one's $7. Not sure why that one's so much cheaper. Oh, this one's, maybe I didn't do my own research very well. But I saw some like $17 stuff out there too. This one doesn't really explain. There 25 sheets of magic paper, so you get a little bit less paper, but it's $6.75 instead, and that is Prime. So yeah, basically toilet paper. It kind of is. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. So there you go, spy paper, and that is the first gadget for our sketchy gadgets. We're gonna see a whole bunch more spy type stuff, secret agent sort of things, or things that kind of look a little sketchy on the surface. So there we go. With that, let's jump into Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy, together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
Our email is from Steve Davison, who is in the chat room as Steve D. And happy birthday, Steve. He is. So I told him we we're going to use this video, and he said, "Oh, it'll play on my birthday. What a treat." Okay, so this is sort of a story of something to stay away from. First, let's look at the link from BH Photo. This is what Steve bought, and it is the I think it's called Mini or My View micro SD camera, okay? And it was $50. And you can see the clip on the back. You supposed to just click it onto your shirt, and then as you walk around, you shoot audio and video. And he sent us a little clip to show us what he got when he clipped this to his shirt and walked around the street.
Well, I'm going to try this one more time. I went up to the top of the train station and tried recording 4 different times and got no video each time. Now I'm just down in the street level. And
That does not sound like a happy
it's on
customer.
my shirt like it's supposed to be, but it is so heavy that it looks down. I have to hold it up so you can see anything.
It's very. It needs a much more wider lens.
This doesn't work.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So then also he said that he shot 32 videos, and I believe like 3 of them he could actually use. So he said, this is what the video looks like if you carry the camera. Okay. So here's the second little video. And I guess he has no audio on this.
So he's actually pointing this in the direction.
Yes, he's actually carrying the camera and holding it up and not on his shirt.
It needs to be like so much wider.
I know.
It's like 2x zoomed in. Like, doesn't make any sense. It's funny because I have a dash cam on my car, and you've heard of body cams on police officers. I want someone to make a body cam for me. Like, if I just wanted to go around and make sure to record everything that happened to me, and that way if something crazy happened, it was always recording, then I would have, like, footage of it. Like a GoPro.
If this... Right.
Always, like this, that was always recording, that was wide angle and light and would have enough battery and storage to record all day long, and maybe a dock that would automatically back up the footage and then clear off the drive.
Oh yeah, that would be good. That would be good.
I would.
Anyway, he said, I tried video for several days. There were 30 MP4 files, and only those 2 worked. Okay.
Golly.
I'm still waiting for my 360-degree camera. It's on back order. I got these things with my $100 B&H gift card when I bought a Pixel 3a. Nice. The Pixel works fine. It's a great camera. It overheats in the car, but I had to buy a vent clip at Five Below, and now it no longer overheats. And the pictures are great. So he likes his Pixel, but he hates the camera. And last time he ends by saying he's been on B&H phone for 45 minutes, has been disconnected once. I'm now being connected to my 5th person. So by now, Steve should have at least gotten his refund in the works.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Oof.
And Steve, for your birthday, we showed you video. You'll also get the current issue of Mad Magazine, the last issue that will be on newsstands, and you'll get one of those now 39-year-old Alfred E. Newman photos. And we need more videos. And, I had one video, and I asked the guy if he could do it over, but I'll ask you. The video was sideways. Uh-huh. I'd never seen that before. Is there a way to correct that?
Yeah, if you have, you basically have to video edit it to, did they shoot it all in portrait, or was it something they meant to shoot and then it?
I think I don't know. I mean, it shouldn't have been sideways. And anyway, we couldn't see the product, and I just said, if it's no problem, could you just shoot this horizontal so that we could see what it is? I don't know how we got a sideways video. Anyway, we need a video about anything. Today, that was good that we learned from Steve not to buy that camera at BH Photo that you clip on. And if you like sidewalk art, this might be the camera for you. because as you walk, it seems to shoot everything
Straight down. Yeah.
Straight down, exactly.
Right.
Okay, so a video about anything, put it on YouTube. There's a drop-down menu. You can click unlisted if you don't want people just to stumble over it. Send us the link, and it goes to mail@gizwiz.tv. Mail@gizwiz.tv. If you live in the States, you get the MAD and photo. If you live anywhere else in the world, I'll autograph one of those photos and send you a high-res image to print out. Mail@gizwiz.tv.
Send it in. With that, let's move on to the letter.
Become the letters, your lovely letters. Become the Giz Wiz letters now.
Okay, the letter is from Dan Linder, and he said, I've been a fan for a long time. I've even submitted a couple of videos over the years. I saw this in my local makers group, and I thought you might be interested. I have no connection to them, but I thought they need some exposure. And if you're open to it, it's a local family here in Omaha, Nebraska. They have an Indigo page to fund their invention, which is a very strange invention. It's a Nerf dart that has no metal parts. And why you would want that, there's a quick little 15-second video here.
Scale Up the Fun presents RPG Rapid Pickup and Go Darts. Meet Billy. Like most boys his age, Billy likes to unwind
the
after
theme.
school with his favorite toys. And this is Billy's kid sister Daisy. Well, let's just say we'll get to her a little later. Billy loves all of his toys. But there is one in particular. Oh my goodness, Billy! Is that a dart blaster? Watch out, Daisy! Those dollies sure do make for some good target practice. Billy, you're cruising for a bruising. Oh no, Billy, looks like you're in trouble.
They went through a lot to do this.
This is kind of crazy.
Ha ha ha! Nice grouping, Daisy. But how will you ever reload in time? That's right.
And now we're getting
Daisy
to the invention.
Only uses RPG darts with a magnetic tip, allowing her to pick up and reload faster than Billy. We need your help to bring our new magnetic darts to the world. Visit our Indiegogo page to help make RPG darts available to every boy and girl. When will you learn, Billy? This just in. We now take you directly to the RPG laboratory to meet the team behind the revolutionary new rapid pickup and
We can
go
stop there.
There we go.
Anyway, they evidently not many people are interested in this because it
I
has
don't have any funding.
2 weeks to go, and they only have $710.
So it's a dart that does have metal in it, so that it can be picked up easily.
Magnetically.
Interesting.
So I guess not enough people are using foam darts.
Well, people who are into it are really into it. They are very much into Nerf gun fights and whatnot.
Stuff. Yeah.
Right.
I know there are a lot of Nerf gun things out there. I mean, we just saw in the video that girl had an incredibly sophisticated Nerf gun. So anyway, the invention here is to be able to pick these up with this magnetic rod that comes with the kit.
Oh no.
But it's Dartanium.
Dartanium.
I wonder if it has magnetic pickup technology.
I was very worried because someone said, just buy 1,000 darts for such and such on Ali. And I was like, they already exist. No, they're just saying, lose them. Just get. Who cares about picking them up back up? You can buy tons of darts, 1,000 darts for $35. Just do that. Yeah. I mean, I would agree that I feel like this is a great, add some magnet stuff to it so you can easily pick them up. Not that bad of a invention.
Okay, well, the link will be in the show notes if you are a Nerf dart gun person and need to pick them up quickly.
Perfect. With that, we're coming to the end of our episode. Want to give a huge thank you to our patrons over at patreon.com/Giz Wiz. Thank you guys so much for supporting our show. Every single time we upload an episode, you guys support. So thank you so much for your support. If you are a big fan of the Giz Wiz and want to continue listening to us far into the future, please consider giving back just a little bit over at patreon.com/Giz Wiz. It really helps out the show, so please consider giving back. If Patreon is not your deal and you want to give via PayPal, there's a PayPal link on our website at gizwiz.tv, and just click on the Patreon tab. Speaking of gizwiz.tv, that's where we are live just about every Thursday, 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern Time, unless if there's a massive technical issue. And so you can watch us live. Please join the chat room. They're a fantastic group of folks, absolutely amazing. They make funnier jokes than we do on the show. So please join the chat room and love to see you there. If we ever have a schedule change, it'll be at the top of the website. There you can also see all of our past episodes, check out the show notes, see links to all of the products. And you can also head on over to gizwiz.biz for Dickie D's website, where he writes up fantastic articles about all of the gadgets that we cover. And you can also play What the Heck Is It there at gizwiz.biz. That is the game show online where you play to guess what the gadget is. And here it is, this bi-monthly gadget. This is the gadget, the whole gadget, nothing but the gadget. And this is pretty obvious that this is, you've seen those spikes that you put into like watermelon to get the juice out. This is that, but for the ground. So you don't have to use a well, or you just stick this right in the ground and then water comes right out. It's great. It's just wonderful. So if you think you know what this gadget is, get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz. 6 Mad magazines for correct answers as prizes, and 12 Mad magazines for funny, clever, hilarious, and interesting answers. So get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Giz Wiz. We'll see you next week.
I'll be here.